Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of The Hoedown. If you're new, welcome, and if you're old, welcome back. Thank you very much for popping in tonight to this episode. I'm bored. Your humour has gotten so bad recently that your only joke is to insult me.
I wasn't insulting you, I'm just saying that intro was a bit boring.
You've
told me to redo intro.
It on purpose.
Oh wait, okay, let's hear your proper one then.
Don't need to do it again.
That one was on purpose, let's hear your proper one.
I don't need to do it again.
You're being boring on purpose, but now we don't need to do it again.
Well, we're just
fine, if you just want to say it.
They don't need two intros, Oscar.
Okay.
Do you want two intros from now on? Is that what you want to do? Two intros from now on? Is that what you want to do?
I only just want to get a good intro.
Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of The Hoedown. If you're new, welcome, and if you're old,
there we go! There's the enthusiasm.
Welcome back.
If I take you down, would you really hold me down and be your best friend?
The first one was actually I thought of whilst watching Our Planet, The High Seas episode, okay? Dolphins, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think dolphins are the only other creatures that talk to each other, like verbally though.
No,
they've got their own language.
I picked up on this because we watched it the same night in separate rooms. It was separate rooms. I found that interesting how he said that. He specifically said they speak or they talk. And I just thought, he doesn't say that about other animals, but I don't know whether that's like...
Because they don't. Like, dogs bark at each other out of like
how do they... What makes dolphins...
Because what they're doing,
speak?
They're swimming in a pack and they're...
Dogs like run in packs and but why is it the dogs aren't speaking but the dolphins are? I think it's just a preconception.
Intelligent.
Well, they're not as intelligent, but
I think they are, buddy.
Well, as intelligent as humans.
But did you see how they hunt the shoal of fish?
It's clever, but also a lot
of
animals
swim underneath it and they herd the fish as a pack.
Look at it, they're not as clever as humans.
Not as clever, but they're
okay, exactly.
Clever.
They are clever, no doubt. Which is why I think humans talk about them as if they speak. But why do we think they speak? Do we know? The only way that we'd be able to know as if they speak is if we actually take their... We actually listen,
create a language out of it.
Yeah, and you play them until you get matches, and you go, that dolphin and that dolphin did the exact same one. So then you think that may be speech, but I don't think there is any evidence to suggest that they're speaking to each other.
Funny you said that. I was just going to let you rant on. There was a dolphin experiment that happened where they had two dolphins in two separate enclosures. Mm-hmm. And a listening tube that went in between them, and throughout the night they recorded their recordings, and within the 8 hours they had discovered similarities and matched them up with sentences and realised that the dolphins were plotting. Fuck off.
I actually thought I was going somewhere bad, but to be fair, your story fell apart when you said listening tubes. Actually, I've got something to maybe disprove it as well.
That was funny of me.
Okay, even if the dolphins do say the same shit or like make the same sounds, right? There's this type of songbird which is known for its tune it makes, right? Like that, for example. Every single bird makes the same tune, regardless of where it is on the planet. That species makes that song, and it's like, why does it make that song? Like, is it because it's taught, or like what happens? So what they did, they got eggs and hatched them by themselves, and they were born, and they didn't produce the same song that these songbirds do. So they were like, oh, okay, it's clearly taught. But then they bred these birds,
generations,
the ones that didn't know the song.
That's
and
where
each. Please don't interrupt.
No, I'm just saying that they got the female and the male bird to then create new birds in captivity.
Yes. Oh, you fucking... The sad thing is sometimes I don't know if you're joking. So they bred these birds, and after a few generations, the song came back to how it was. So each generation, the song altered a bit more, until they heard the song that these songbirds made. Proving that this sound was actually innate in birds. There's something in that bird which makes it make that song. So, if I then... From this paragraph, I link it back to the dolphins. So what if they're all making the same sounds? Actually, it could just be same sounds that they're innately making.
Yeah, but it's
lawyered.
No, because let's move on. But I think dolphins, like, they have playful sounds. They have sounds to communicate. They They definitely communicate. They have to communicate to herd a shoal of fish.
So humans talk about dolphins as if they speak, but I don't know if there's any. Maybe there is evidence for them speaking to each other, or maybe it's just humans speaking about them politely.
This is true. Next one. This one baffled me.
Wait, actually, just to close that one off, if you've got any information on whether dolphins can speak, we could look it up right now, but it's more fun in not doing that. So
I'm going to look it up, actually.
Also, take your Latte glass is down. There's 2 up here now.
Latte. That's literally, I just finished it. Yeah, there's 2 of them up here now. That's because I've just finished this one. It's not even finished yet. And they're smart. They also talk to each other. Starting from birth, dolphins squawk, whistle, click, and squeak. Sometimes one dolphin will vocalise, and then another seems to answer.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. If a dog
Secret
barks,
language.
another dog barks.
No,
just because.
not necessarily.
But why do we speak about dolphins as if they speak to each other?
True.
I think we just speak highly of them.
Maybe they have like an internal ear. You know, like the different parts in your temporal lobe.
What about it?
Well, you've got like your inner voice and stuff. Maybe dolphins' brains light up the same way as humans do, whereas dogs don't.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe. That's just a bit of science for you today.
In terms of that, sort of in line, real briefly, it was found that dogs actually have the exact mechanism to be able to produce human speech.
Yes.
But they just don't have the brain
But
to
some
do so.
dogs do though. Like, they do.
No dog does.
Okay.
Should-
But
okay.
Okay.
Okay. next
Surely
thing.
any animal that can make a sound.
No,
has that.
like a bird can't. A bird doesn't.
Okay, fine.
Parrots though, actually.
Okay, well there you go.
Parrots speak.
Yeah, exactly.
People don't speak about that enough, really.
People, yeah.
Parrots can speak.
Right, next one. This one actually baffled me, and I like it a lot. Why? / this is actually not why. Your tongue knows exactly how everything is going to feel just by looking at it. You know, like what that is going to feel like.
Yeah, but not just your tongue. You as...
No, but your tongue. Why does your tongue know? Have you ever licked that? Do you know what I mean?
I have, though.
Have you ever licked that? Because like you know exactly what that's going to feel like. That's what I mean.
I don't know
You do. You actually do. Like you know if it's going to be a little bit rough, frictiony, smooth.
Yeah, but that's because you know
what
that's
a mirror
because you know
is
on
gonna...
the touch.
But
You've
why is that
touched it
transferred
before.
to your tongue? Like it's not just like you have memory of it. Your tongue, you physically like try it. Look at something. You physically feel it on your tongue.
Okay, but
Like
that's
this.
not being funny.
I know
think
exactly
I've licked,
what.
Well, I've licked something like that though before.
No, I know exactly
Yeah,
what
but
that's
you've
gonna
had
feel
something like that in your mouth before.
Exactly.
Well, you didn't have to do it, mate. Like I've put something like that in my mouth before. Everything has a touch.
You know what that's going to feel like.
Yeah, but that's because you know what it feels like with your hand.
Sometimes you don't know what something's going to feel like on your hand.
What
you
think,
just
you
know
think,
by your
you
tongue.
think your tongue's better at predicting the feeling of something than your hand?
I think it might be, but because of
Definitely
all
not.
the.
Definitely not.
You ruined that one, but I was impressed by it. You can look at anything in the room. I know exactly how it's going to feel.
Yeah, but you could.
That is mental to me. Pages on a book. You know. This shiny plastic. You know.
But I think that's because you have at some point put something similar to that in your mouth.
I don't think so.
I think it probably is that. Like as a kid, you put loads of shit in your mouth to like work it out, and I think it's transferred into adult life. You now know. Yeah, try the battery.
In which case, though, your brain's really good at letting your tongue know how things feel
Oh.
from receptors in
That
the
I
finger.
can agree with.
Oh,
That I
for
can
sure.
agree with.
For sure, that is
Yes.
certain.
Yeah, but your brain's so powerful. So powerful.
The human brain is just...
Which leads us on to our next point.
Money is not
never
yours.
Right.
That is that then.
That was long. Wasn't that long?
Wasn't that long? Actually, you did speak a fucking
I
load
spoke
about
in
that.
one long big
that
chunk.
bird,
But I
for
just
certain.
don't think that bird thing is interesting.
It is interesting, but I was thinking in my head, I'm not editing this.
The thing with the bird thing is it gets, the more you think about it, the more impressive it gets as well. Because on first thought, it's like, yeah, cool. Then you're actually like, hold on. Where did they learn the song?
Where did they
And
learn
then some generation, it's sort of
the
just...
song?
Oh! And that was the next bit, sorry, that I missed out, going back to it, is it didn't change after that. They carried on breeding them to see if it would change, and it didn't. It stopped at the song.
That actually is mental.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you for coming. If you liked it, please leave a thumbs up. And if you want to see more, subscribe. Turn on post notifications because we post Monday to Friday every night around 8.
Mwah! Arrivederci!
If I take you down, would you really hold me down and be your best friend?